Good day, everyone. Welcome to Ladies of the Kitchen 30-minute chat. And boy, have I got like a whoa treat for you today. And you can tell by her smile. This is my good friend. Who would have known how we met? I'll let her tell you. It was pretty fab. But it is a wonderful lady, diva, friend, entrepreneur by the name of Paulette-Rees-Deni. And she has such a long list of amazing things that she's done. I'm going to just share my top three because three is my go-to number. And then I'm going to let her do the talking. She'll be answering some, questions that are just going to whoa, blow your mind with her answers. So here are my top three. Number one, she's a foodie lover like me. And when I say foodie lover, I don't mean we scarf down hamburgers and fries all the time. Maybe once in a while we'll get a fry here and there, but foodie in the sense that she really appreciates the people, the plants, the herbs, the harvesting that goes into our food and blesses it like I do. And the second thing I love about her is that she's a life coach. And that's kind of, I think, what attracted both of us to when we first met. And the last thing, and then I'm going to let her talk. I really will let her talk. You guys know I love to talk. Is that she coached and always has continued her personal development with people here. And one of those people here was Tony Robbins. And I love people who seek out really the best of the best, even though they may have some fear behind it, because it shows the caliber of how they want to improve their soul and their mind. So with that said, woohoo, Paulette.
Wow. Hey, Maria. So thank you for having me on your show. It was great to have you on my show last year.
That's
And,
right.
Yeah. And I love, I need to click back. I don't know why. Okay. So I love
ready to go? You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're both talkers.
Yes, we both are. So everyone hold your seats. Oh, by the way, we both got our favorite beverages. I'm drinking a lavender tea that I made with lavender from my yard.
So nice.
So
So
good.
nice. Yeah. Cucumber water.
See, there you go, guys. Okay, so first
I
question off the bat, Paulette, why don't you tell us, I'm sure when you were a little girl of 6 or 7, you had no clue what a life coach was. So how and what were you dreaming as a little kid, and how did that transition into being a life coach?
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a really good question. Well, I was always a dancer.
Oh, okay.
Started dancing when I was 7. I also started playing music when I was 7. And I started performing when I was 7. So, so I've been on, I'm a ham. I can be on stage, crazy. And I have been all my life, in bands, in dance companies, just always in the public eye because I've got so much to share.
So currently you're actually doing dance then. So you really took your love as a kid and you're doing that. Tell everyone what you're doing out here in Palm Springs.
So, well, what I've been doing actually for the past 35 years, I always danced. So I danced continuously. And what's really interesting is when I was 12. So,
Uh-huh.
most little girls do ballet and jazz and tap. And so I was doing ballet and I was doing some jazz. And I wanted to go to dance high school. And I had to go audition. And they said, "You're never going to be a dancer. You don't have the body." How to crush a 12-year-old girl.
I'm feeling that. Wow.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I now have a global dance company.
Today, and it's huge, you guys. Congratulations. So how did that not stop you?
I did I wanted to dance.
You just went, I'm doing this.
Sorry. You know, and I mean, there were definitely, there was other things interspersed because I'm multi-passionate. I moved to New York City. I went to fashion school. I became a photographer. I moved to San Francisco and I started dancing again. And in between all these years, and then I moved to Portland and started developing my own particular style of dance. Uh, and so this dance it's a tribal belly dance, global caravan tribal belly dance. And it's really, and it can be for men and women, but it's a very feminine based physical dance. It's beautiful. And the idea in my style is that we dance in a circle, we dance together.
I
It's
love the fact that you said community.
yeah,
I really feel that whatever we do and whatever we love, when we do it in community, it just uplifts the whole energy, doesn't it?
oh, yeah. And
Oh,
my initial vision was to bring women of the world together.
oh,
And this was before, I was just talking about this in another interview I did, but this was before internet. This was before computers. And my vision was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this dance, but I want to bring women together around the world
world.
because it's a historic dance. There's a lot of traditional aspects of it, but it's also very intuitive dance and it's community. It's about dancing together. So,
Oh,
so, but going back to your question, so what has happened over the years is and then I started, people wanted my dance. So they started hiring me to come, you know, I traveled around, I went to Australia many times, New Zealand many times, Mexico, Italy many times, the UK, Canada, all over, to teach the style. And the women were just like, wow, I need this. This is this creative force. This is this energetic love. And it makes them love themselves.
I love that point.
Right. So they would look in the mirror and they're like, no, I can't look at myself. I was like, this dance is for everybody, every age, every cultural difference.
Oh, I'm so glad that they have you as a teacher. So, do you feel that the fact that you had some sort of mindset training enhanced that? Because you did study a little bit with Tony Robbins, right?
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
it
So
help your whole
right. So what that happened. So as I developed this dance company, I started having to train the dancers to be teachers. So now
oh,
I have certified teachers, I have certified master teachers, and now I have certified leaders.
mm,
So which led me into coaching,
I see.
mindset coaching, personal coaching, and business coaching. Because no one taught me how to do this. I had to figure it out because I'm a freak. And that's really important. You think
It's fun to kind of get messy. That's the way we learn, right?
I mean, I'm not, Miss Conservative over in the corner. I'm like this creative artist, passionate, tattooed, belly dancing freak woman. And I made this business happen.
I love it.
And that's so important. And so that was even way back in the day, I did volunteer work at a youth hostel because I wanted the youth to know they could be different and still be successful.
I love that.
Isn't that great? It's so that they could be tattooed with these crazy things and they could have visions of, I want to build robots and, whatever. I'm just making that up.
Yeah, right, right.
Um,
So then, through all this time, I'm sure that your transition in your relationship with food changed, right?
yes.
Okay, so can you share with everyone what you would classify your eating habits or
Mhm.
label, out in the world? Because everybody labels everything.
So I'm vegan.
Okay, so you
I,
want to explain that to people? Because a lot of people have different visions on that,
so,
right?
so 35 years ago or so, I got really ill. So I was traveling a lot and I would teach all day and then we'd eat late night dinners and then I would throw up all night long. It's like something's wrong here. So, right, it's not good. This is not
Yeah,
good. So
right.
we decided that I was gluten intolerant, and I had to do the whole diet thing. So I became vegetarian. I
Okay,
became gluten free
okay,
and cured my arthritis that I already had when I was. This is when I was, I don't know how old I was, 30 or 40 or whatever.
right.
I had arthritis from eating bad, wrong foods. So I cured that, cured my bloat, cured my gut, IBS, which I still struggle with sometimes. And so vegetarian. And so now I've been vegan now for probably the past 3, 4, I mean, on and off over the whole time, but more strictly vegan the last 3 or 4 years. Uh, and I'm very compassionate and I'm very into animal rights. And I love to cook. And
Yes, by the way, you guys, she's very good. She did a fundraiser for me and it was stellar. And thank you so much for that gift that you gave so many that day.
oh yeah, that was great. I love it. I love it. So I've been catering for people. I cater dinners. Um,
Mhm.
I work for a catering company on occasion. But I really love to cook and I cook vegan and I love to educate people about good, healthy, whole, delicious food.
Right?
Delicious food.
And
It
we have it available. And a lot of people don't think we do. And we do. We can put it in our own backyards.
is
So
not that hard. It's not that hard.
exactly, exactly. Even in the desert, it's not that hard, which is what I tell people. So, your morning routine, because I believe, like you, that having some sort of a consistent habit produces a good, consistent soul, body, and mind. What's your morning routine like?
Completely agree. I have some non-negotiables. I get up in the morning and I journal,
Mhm,
meditate, and
mhm.
I have to get outside. Now, I live in the desert and I love it and it's gorgeous.
It
And
is, isn't it?
I'm just in awe every day. I'm so full of gratitude. Gratitude helps set up my day. I have to take my dog out for a run every morning. I run every morning. Sometimes I go to the gym. Sometimes I dance around my kitchen.
We both love that.
And I've been teaching yoga for 30 years. I've been teaching belly dance forever. And so movement is really important. It's so important. It like feeds my soul. It feeds, but it helps raise your energy. And if you set your day up for success, right? And I know you do this too, Maria. So your morning is probably very similar to mine, but
Very, yes.
it's so important to give to yourself to set yourself up for success. So then you can do the work you love and that you can have that trickle down effect and you can touch others or give back to the world or whatever it is you do. We all have a purpose. We all have something to offer. And people have to remember that. We all have something to offer.
Who do you look up to? Like really look up to today? Because some people say there's just no good people to look up to anymore. But there are.
So
Who's
many. Oh
that?
my God, I can't even
Yeah,
that. I mean, still Tony Robbins, of course.
of course.
Uh, I did, studied with him for years. And wow, I mean, there's writers, there's authors, there's coaches, there's even just, people in my life, like my husband. I look up to him.
Okay, see, this is what I love because you're not blinded. You're seeing the good in so many people. And I love that you feel that and you know that. I just thank you because a lot of people go, oh, let me think. I go, seriously?
No, no, in fact, I talk about this all the time. I talk about I have heroes, I have idols, I have saints, there's so many people. I mean that's part of why I do my podcast because people freaking inspire me and I want to be awed.
Right.
I want to
Amen.
I want you to like totally ring my bells.
Right. Right. Because That's how we do it. Together, we raise the world into some sort of joy and happiness and positivity, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure besides the morning routine, that every once in a while, if not every day, you've got a book in your hand. What book are you reading right now?
You're gonna ask me that. Oh, I'm just like, well, there's about 8 right now.
You're like me. Today I'll read a couple here, or maybe
Oh my
I'll
God.
read this one.
So it depends on the time of day and what I'm doing. So like in my afternoon, I take downtime and I'll lay down to take a nap and I'll read my mystery book because I love mysteries.
Cool.
I
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Give me a good murder. I'm
I love knowing this about you.
hilarious. Hilarious. And I definitely read self-help books. Um, and I have well, I have a whole
Yeah, I saw that. Uh-huh.
and my books, of course, my poetry. I read poetry. And I also listen to a lot of podcasts,
Yes. I think
especially when I'm out on
podcast
my
is
morning
probably
run.
one of the best things and tools that we've gotten with our internet and the whole transition. We are so blessed just to be able to go on a walk if we want to and listen to something, right?
Now, and the thing is about that, so and I have to be really careful too with myself, is like sometimes I need silence. And especially on some of those morning walks, it's like, okay, is today one of those days where I'm going to listen to this,
Or
uplifting
just be quiet. Yes. Oh, I
or,
love that.
or go and look at all these beautiful blooming plants and listen to the birds so I think that you got to find the really balance in there. What else? Gosh, I don't know.
What would you say? I'll go throw another question out here to you. Because you've had so many amazing, memorable moments in your life. I mean, just when you just gave us that overview, let's pick like our three little beings, the little girl being, the teenage being, and the adult being. What would you say were the three memorable moments in each of those beings?
Wow, that's I've had so many.
Oh
I've,
my God, I love that answer.
I've had so many. I mean, every day is like that for me. um well, the one I already told you about the
Yes.
you're never going to be a dancer thing. That was
Mhm.
a memorable thing for me. um I think as an adult, oh my gosh. One thing that really stands out to me is again dance related. Um, I was asked to teach at WOMAD, which is Peter Gabriel's International Dance and Music Festival. And so I took my dance troupe of like 20
It's,
musicians and dancers.
yeah. Mhm.
And I had to teach in front of all these people, and I had big headsets on. I felt like Madonna. And then we had to perform on stage with like I'm standing next to Bonnie Raitt.
Oh my gosh.
She's tiny, by the way. She's so cute.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And Los Lobo. I mean, all these musicians and dancers from all over the world, and the Berbers and the Los Lobos and oh my God. And I was dancing. I must have been 20 feet off the ground.
oh yeah.
And I just said, if I never do this ever again, this is my moment.
I love that. I love that.
Now, of
And
course, I've had many since then, but that was
yeah,
probably one
you
of those.
felt it. You
Yeah.
totally felt it.
And I was just like, I've died and gone to heaven. I'm good.
How do you want to be remembered in the world?
Oh boy. That I have helped raise awareness for women to step into their divinity, to step into their bodies of love, and to also be spread the love of animals and being compassionate to animals.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I know you're doing it, girl. You will be remembered that way. It's making me cry because I've seen you. I've witnessed that. And I know a lot of women that have too. Um, what's your favorite food?
Oh God.
Like you have to have that food.
Oh God. Maria, what's your favorite food?
Believe it or not, I was asked that at my master class, and this is so funny. I remember as a child, my favorite food of all things was a pineapple tamale. And I think the reason was not so much the taste, but the fact that I witnessed my nana make it from scratch, with the corn and the maize and the hand molding. And the love that she put into it, it made tasting it. And I have never been able, unfortunately, I never got the recipe from her, Paulette, which you know what that's like. But I've never been able to truly duplicate it or find anyone else. And that memory is so precious. But today, believe it or not, I'm like you. I don't even I can't even, sometimes it might be a pasta that's just with a little bit of oil and olive oil. And that's it.
I mean, I would say greens, just anything.
Yeah.
I mean, just give me lettuce. Sometimes I want a salad. But I will share this one food memory, talking about what your food memory. Jeff and I went to the Island of Women,
Okay.
Mexico, and we got up early one morning, and we walked out of town, and we walked down this country road into this little tiny village, and the tortilleria
Oh,
was
yeah. Uh-huh.
making, the women were back there making fresh tortillas, and we bought a hot platter of tortillas, and we got 2 beers from the corner store, and we sat on the curb
Oh,
and ate hot tortillas and drank a beer at, I don't know, 7 in the morning, whatever time it was. And it was just like, this is heaven.
yeah. There is truly something, and I know you know it because you cook, you're a foodie like me. The component of taking something from the earth, molding it with your hands, and putting that extra love when you're doing it.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You can't compare it to somebody who grabs a protein bar and opens a wrapper.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how good you think that wrapper is. The connection there, there's no description for it, right?
Share that with someone else. I mean, it's great to feed yourself, and I cook for myself all the time. I know I hear people go, "Yeah, but I live alone, so I don't make food." And it's like, no, it's like, cook. Make yourself a feast. But to share, because there's nothing like sharing food with family, or a table of friends, or a loved one, or just
Exactly.
intimacy, the sharing, the connection, the goodness of the food. But sometimes it's the memory, right? Sometimes it's the
Exactly.
experience. That's why you get out your good china, and you get out your dishes, and
Exactly. Tomorrow would be, who knows if we're going to show up. Enjoy the dishes and make the food even more flavorful
yeah,
and fun, right?
don't use paper plates, for God's sake.
I know. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. It was so funny because when we first met, we were actually at a table for a
Yeah,
network,
yeah,
and you and I both were commenting on the table setting. Remember that? And I
yeah.
think that's how we started talking.
We were like, we zoomed into each other like, who are you? Come sit here.
Yeah, come sit here. So there's women out there that I know have never ever considered dancing. Maybe they think they're terrible, and maybe that whole body image.
Uh-huh.
So right now is your moment to talk to those women about, because I'm with you, dance. I mean, I'm always dancing in the kitchen when I'm cooking and stuff. Explain to them that movement and that connection with dancing. And it doesn't even have to be belly dancing like you
Right.
do.
No, 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 not at
So
all.
kind of talk to those women.
So this is our temple. This is, you have nothing else. I mean, seriously, you have nothing else. This is what you have. It needs to move. You need to move your body, and moving your body moves your energy, moves your brain, moves your heart, moves your spirit. you know, whatever, however, what kind of movement. I don't care if you think you're a terrible dancer. That has nothing to do with it. You know, you could go take a yoga class or a Tai Chi class, or you could go to the gym and lift weights, or you can walk around the block, but moving your energy, you change your state. By changing your state, you can then change your story, and then you can change your life. So that's why movement, momentum, and magic is my coaching practice. Movement, create movement so you can raise your energy, create momentum to do the things you desire to do, and then make your everyday magic.
You know, I'm crying right now because, like you, I work very close with other strong women. And one of the women that I'm currently working with, her keyword is magic. So, and you had that from the get-go. So I'm in the right group here. I'm doing it, girl. And you're one of the ones that helped me do it. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I'm going to close this up. I'm going to close this up by asking you two more questions, and then I want everyone to know where they can connect with you, because I know they're dying to know, and especially if you live out here where we are, you're not, everything is like just a few minutes away, so you could connect with her right away. So my two last questions. Number one, time, or more money?
More time or more money? Well,
It's
I
kind
know
of
how
a
to,
tricky question, huh?
well, I know how to work with my time. And I teach a lot of my clients how to work with their time. And I love money. I love money. There's nothing wrong with loving money.
Right,
If I have more money, I can create more beauty in the world.
right. That's
So,
exactly what Mother Teresa said, right? The best thing was getting a pay, not a paycheck, a check, because she could do more. Yeah. So, last thing, where is Paulette going in the next couple of years? Where is she headed?
wow, I'm so excited. So, I'm working on my 5th book. So I have 4 books. I have 1 poetry book, and I'm working, actually, I just started pulling that all. I've got everything. I just got to start making it. So I'm going to put out my 2nd poetry book. And that's really exciting. I mean, I have several books in my brain.
Yeah,
But the next thing I think for me, I love my coaching practice and I love my dance troupe. And what I love is to bring women together in person. I do a lot of things virtually, but I have a retreat in Costa Rica in November.
yes, I saw that. That was over the top, wasn't it?
So, and I did this before COVID. And so this is my first retreat since COVID.
Okay.
Um, so I'm super excited about that because I love travel. I love exploration and adventure. And I think women need more of that in their life, but I also think they need to come together in circle.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
I do that in person. If you guys are here in the desert, I have a group called Creative Women of the Desert, where we have in-person meetups. I also do a lot of stuff online, but I just,
That's
that
great.
rocks my world.
I love it. And I really believe in that power of the in-person. Nothing against our internet or our social media, because it has had its place. And that is, been just a blessing for so many of us. But the in-person community, the five senses truly come together that way.
We
The
need,
hearing, the feeling, the touch.
I think we're just so hungry for that kind of connection.
Yes, we are.
See, and the sacredness and the fun.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll wrap this up. Where can people find you? Tell us, and then I'll be putting this in the notes below, you guys. But if you're taking notes now, I'm going to have her share.
Okay, well, I have my website, which is www.paulettereesdenis.com. You can join that. You can join my email list. I send out poetry and stuff all the time and things that are going on. So please, please, please join my list. I
And
love
she has some great little tidbits that she puts out on Instagram, on Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Dance and Desire,
Mhm.
which is a online Facebook group. But I also have the Creative Women of the Desert. If you're local, you can join that group. I mean, I'm kind of everywhere.
You are, girl, and that's what's so amazing. You are everywhere. And when we don't see you, I feel you. Trust me, I feel it. And you know what? I think that's one of the reasons. This is funny, you guys, but I still have a pan that she left. And I said, you know, I kind of don't want to give it back to her because I feel it still has her energy in there. And I believe energy is kind of, so every so often I go, no, that's hers. She's right there.
I'm never giving it back to her because I need to. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for today. I hope everyone enjoyed it. This is our May Ladies of the Kitchen 30-minute chat. God bless you, Paulette, for the work you're doing in the world.
And you, Maria,
Thank
likewise.
you.
We got to
Take
acknowledge.
care, everyone. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Bye-bye.